And so much welcome to our today's class. It's the continuation of the topic, the theory of the firm, is it? And in our last class, we introduced about the issue to do with the production. We said what production is. It's an activity that helps in the satisfaction of human wants. We also went ahead onto classifying the stages of production. There is primary, also known as, or where there is things to do with extractions, is it? Two, there was secondary level, dealing with the issue to do with construction and manufacturing, is it? Three, we had the issue to do with what? Three, we had the issue to do with the tertiary, and when we are talking about the issue to do with the tertiary, or what we are talking about, it is the aspect of services, whereby we classified services into two. They can be either be direct or personal, like hairdressing, as well as commercial. It's at the commercial aspect, we give, like, for instance, the example of banking, is it? Banking and so forth. He also communicated about the various types of factors of production, various factors of production, including what? Including RAD, which was the reward of RAD? Which was the reward of RAD? Rent, sure. Then labor, Kipchumba, Murkomen. Wages, then capital. Dennis. Capital, Dennis. Yes, interest, as well as the enterprise. Enterprise, Jack the Giant Slayer. Profits, sure. And we talked that RAD refers to the natural factors, is it? Refer to the natural factors, such as the minerals, such as the soil, is it? Such, road and water, is it? We also talked about the issue to do with labor. These are the human efforts. Capital, these are the man-made resources. It can be either be working capital or the current, what we are using currently, as well as the fixed cost. Fixed cost, we said, regardless of the output, they are just what? They are static, is it? They are static, is it? Yes. Then enterprise is all about the decisions that are being done, is it? Yes. And then the other thing we talked about, the factors. Kennedy. Ah, there was a student called Kennedy here. Number 6. What's the name of number 6? Yes? Sharon. Sharon, we need you in this class, is it? We need you. Amaje Kipchumba. Dennis. Nasini ukweli. We need you here. See? With the Duta, we need you here. Not online, is it? Yes. Hey. I don't know this student. Who is absent into this class today? Yes? Lucy, who is absent? I don't know this number 6. Number 6, I don't know. Nani? SMG. Aliandika aje hapa? Copy of the class. Okay, thank you. Don't know Dennis. This person. Anyway, let's continue. The issue to do with the factors affecting the supply of labor include the following. Emmanuel, number one. Factors affecting the supply of labor. Number one. Or you point to somebody whom you know very well atakusaidia. You point someone. None? Point to me. Give it to me. Atasema. Factors affecting the supply of labor. Faith. Thank you. Factors affecting the supply of labor. Motivating factors. Thank you. Motivating factors. You had that? Yes. Two, Brian. You point someone. Brian. Ibrahim. The other factor is? Yes. Age structure. That's true. Then three. Yes. Kemutai. Before I go to. Yes. Yes, the system of? Yes, education system. Then four, Bakita, Duta. Or you point someone whom you know very well at Aquatia. Answer. Is it? This is. Four, and that's why we said, let's come to class, is it? Yes. You shall know. Either you know or you know whom to point to that knows, is it? Yes. Huh? Another factor affecting the supply of labor. Point someone. You are free to point anyone. Oh. Yes. Make it quick. Make it quick. Jack the Giant Slayer. Another factor, yes? The climatic conditions, sure. Then the last factor, will I ask? The last factor, the last factor, the last factor. The last factor of supply of labor, Sharon. Point someone. Point someone. Yes? Oh. The people who have not communicated is Dennis, Kipchuba, Were, and Lucy. Thank you, Were. Thank you. Other factor include to examine you to see whether you better get a 0 in my cut, then the subsequent cuts you get something, than just wait and get something frustrating come April, is it? Yes. Tutasaidiana, si ndio? Tusaidiane na tusukume hii gurudumu, si ndio? So either our next class, it shall be an abrupt cut. So Kaitre, come much earlier, is it? Where? Allow her to come much earlier, is it? Yes, yes. Are we good? Thank you. It is approved from where? Is it? You come earlier, is it? Yes. Tuseme online, bakita. Duta, tuseme online, is it? Yes, yes. Tuseme online, is it? You are online class, is it? What is division of labor? Let me just be fair. Which are the advantages of division of labor? Entry for the physical student come here. Sasa, it will always be more beneficial going on by. That's why you have some extra what? Yes, is it? Some of the advantages of division of labor include the following. Ipchuba. Oh, yes, Emmanuel. Emmanuel was raising his hand. Oh, thank you. Yes? Yes, easy supervision. Is it? 2, another one. Yes? Yes, minimizes the time wastage. Yes? It increases quality and efficiency. The next one. Yes? Yes? Individual development. Is it? The next one. The second rust. The second rust. Yes. Increases the rates, output or greater skills per worker or the greater output per worker. And which are the disadvantages? The disadvantages of the same? Yes. Yes. Monotony. Monotony. There is a lot of doing one thing all the time. One thing all the time. The next one, yes. Increases unemployment. Like what you are saying, that assuming that you have just your division of labor is just making the quarter, and here comes whereby the shirts now are being made out of or they do not include a quarter. Unemployment. That's true. Another one. Yes. Yes. Declining craftsmanship. Declining craftsmanship, meaning that you know only to make the color and nothing else. You see? You know, meaning that you don't know anything else. Is it? Yes. Yes. Man, other things we communicated. And the next thing that we talked about, I can remember, was about the mobility of the factors of production. And we said that when we are talking about the mobility of the factors of production, mobility is movement, is it? Mobility, it's all about movement generally. And it's classified into 2 levels. Level number 1, Ibrahim, it's called, yes, geographical mobility. Level number 2, it's known as JAC. There is geographical mobility. And 2, we said, point someone. Yes. You're free to point someone. Point someone. Kipchumba Murkomen. Oh, where? Yes. Miski. Miski, Brian. Thank you. Thank you for that. Miski. Miski Ibrahim. Miski Ibrahim. Two, there is geographical mobility of the factors of production. And number two, we have, yes, occupational mobility. We say when you're talking about the geographical, it's a situation whereby we are shifting the aspect of the factor of production, or we are shifting the subject matter from one geographical location to another geographical location. And when you're talking about the occupational mobility of the factors of production, we say that it is a situation whereby now you are shifting the use, you see? You are shifting the use of the factor of production from one use to another. Together. Yes, yes. And one of them that we really communicated about factor of production was RAD. Is it? RAD. And in RAD, we said what? We said this. We said like this, that it's impossible to geographically move the RAD. Is it? You cannot take this RAD from this RAD to the other place, is it? But there is high occupational mobility of RAD such that you can use it probably to build an apartment. You can shift from that, probably you demolish this building and you start doing what? Farming, is it? You can dig a hole and it become a fish pot, is it? Yes. Then capital. We said capital, they can both be geographical and can be either be movable or immovable. Whereby we said some of the geographical mobile capital include the issues to do with vehicles. Is it? A vehicle can move from one place to another. But the other ones, they cannot be geographically mobile, such as railway line, such as a road. Is it? Yes, yes. You can remember that, is it? Then we talked about labor. And we said, when you're talking about the labor can be both of them, is it? Labor can be both of them. It can be either be geographically mobile or occupational mobile. Geographical mobile, labor, and we said labor, these are the human efforts, is it? The human efforts. We said that when you're talking about the geographical aspect of the or geographical mobility of the factor labor is that you are shifting probably from one place to another. Probably like from you come from Nairobi to Mombasa, or from Kenya to Egypt or Norway, is it? But when you're talking about the occupational mobility of the factors of labor, it's like me. I change now from being a lecturer to being a bursar, or from being a lecturer to being a manager. You see, those are the two differences, is it? And then we talked about the barriers of mobility of labor, geographical barriers. Geographical barriers. Which were they? The geographical barriers. The geographical barriers to mobility of labor. And number one was tennis. Tennis. Number one was point someone. You say one or you point someone. Point someone, or you tell us one barrier to the geographical mobility of labor. Where? Political instability. The people love it. See? So you're fit to be a reader. Is he your class rep? You're fit also to be the class rep, you see? Yes. So the barriers toward the geographical mobility of the factor of labor, number one was about the political instability. Like, for instance, there are these places whereby you shall find that there is the aspect to do with what? There is the aspect to do with war, such as countries such as Myanmar, or such countries like North Korea. You know them? Yes, or such countries like even Somalia, our neighboring countries, you see? Yes, yes. Whereby you feel that, no, I don't want to go in that place, is it? Yes, yes. Then two, Rusi. Two, geographical barriers of the toward the mobility of labor. Number two was, yes, education level, sure, education level. Yes, that's true. Whereby your education level is not really permitting you, only in a situation, assuming now you are the father or you are the mother and your children are running, is it? Then you're hearing now you want to shift from this place to another place, you see? Then the issues of visa, if they just need one person, you see, such, you see? Another one was, Duta, Bakita. Another one was, 20 people. Another one was, other than the issue to do with the political instability, as well as the issue to do with education level. Just point someone, Kaitra, point someone. When if you will point where again, see? Yes. Yes. That is the disadvantages of you being a reader. Everybody likes you, is it? Yes, yes. Point someone. Where? Another barrier to the geographical mobility of labor. Social factors. You have said the education, I've said about the political instability, as well as the social factor, is it? Social factor, meaning that there are some crises whereby you hear those aspects of social ties, you see, or some of the people you shall find that they are not desiring to leave their loved ones, you see? Yes, yes, yes. And last three, the last one. Yes? Climatic conditions, harsh climatic condition. Yes. Then occupational barriers to the mobility of labor include, number one, Emmanuel, natural liabilities, such as the issue to do with natural abilities. That is, people define their natural abilities. Is it? Two, yes? Pardon? Yes? Huh? Oh, language barrier, sure, language barrier. Yes, yes, language barrier. Like, yeah? Yes? Giving an attractive reward. Is it an attractive reward? As well as the language barriers, as well as the natural abilities. Is it? Yes, yes. And the language barrier differs, is it? like our friend there, Miski, is privileged. Who knows more than 3 languages here? Other than Miski. Miski is at 4. You know 4, is it? English, Kiswahili, your mother tongue, plus Arabic. Who knows 4? Tuko hapa hivi. Tuko hapa. No? Teachers Arabic. Then policies to assist the issue to do with the mobility. Policies to assist the mobility of labor, such as geographical policies, include the following. Number 1, Kipchumba, no comment. Yes. Hardship allowances. You give people hardship allowances. 2, promotions. 3, yes, housing allowances. And last 3, Jack the Giant strike. Yes, costs. Or you cater the cost of living and so forth. What about the policies of the occupational policies? Or the occupational policies of the mobility of the factor of production, industry? Have not communicated so much, have you? Yeah, I don't want to ask you. Oh, do you know one? Policies. Okay. Oh, I love this. I love this. See now, if you are in a class and then you are asking questions and people are looking at you like this, that means that they know the answer, is it? They already know the answer. But when you're in class and you're the lecturer there, and then you're asking questions and people are like this, know that something is wrong somewhere. Thank you. So I can choose anyone. Lucy, the occupational policies to curb the issue to do with the immobility of the factor labor. Yes. Financing, you can finance them. 2, have not communicated and need to communicate. This is the last thing. Yes. Yes, retraining schemes. Then last 3. I need just 3. Last 3. Emmanuel, God with us. Registrations, is it? So, wow, thank you. Hydre, when you are running, Hydre, learn to keep it and to understand it and to know. Like now, after this class, you should have known all the other classes, including this class, before we meet the next class, is it? And I've said that we shall have an Impromptu cut, is it? Yes. Where should it arrive? All the way to today's, to where we have arrived. That is the issues to do with the significance of the mobility of the factors of production. Is it? Yes. Like the expatriates transfer, the issue of to do with motivation and to minimize the monotony. Is it? Yes. Our cut shall be all the way to that place. Is it? That shall be good. That's fair. Is it? From the introduction part, the topic of the demand supply at determination of equilibrium, the topic of consumer theory, as well as this topic of consumer what? No, the theory of the farm, all the way to this point that we have arrived, that is significance of mobility of the factors of production. That's fair. We are fair, is it? So next week, Tuesday, or for the next either Tuesday or Friday, or the other Tuesday or the other Friday, any of that time, we shall have a cut, is it? Yes, any of those time. That good? Yes. So, Pedro, let's start studying. And we say, one of the things that I need us to do is that you should know that when you are writing those sheets of paper, you should know that you are writing a rough letter to the examiner, is it? So make sure that your handwriting is good, is it? A good handwriting, is it? Yes. Oh, I was also faced with the issue to do with handwriting when I was in 2.1. That was on 2019, 2.1. And I had to 2.1, I have already accomplished my case here, and your case is here, the tertiary institution. And then I had to, after 1 year, 1.5 years, 2.1 is on September, and I had already reported on September 28. So what I did is that at the back of my book, I wrote the capital letters and the small letters, and that was it. Currently, my handwriting is so good. You see? So make sure that your handwriting is so good. See? Underline the key point and just write something there down. Is it? Even if you are writing something close to that point up there, that is directly proportional, or you're just hiding another term. Like if you have written errors, be the main point here, and you have underlined, you can use what? Mistake there, or Vinco, or such, is it? Yes, yes. So in our today's class, we shall proceed onto the issue to do with the production function analysis. Production function analysis. This shall be our portion here. And in here, when we are talking about the production, what's production? Production generally means that we are transforming our resources into final products. Are you together? Meaning we can say that in here, production is the process of transforming inputs into final products. Inputs into the final products. This is the issue to do with the production. And what's a function? A function, in any way that the examiner will ask you about any function, just know a function is a mathematical relationship between the subject matter that the examiner have asked you. For instance, if now we are talking about the production function, it's the mathematical relationship between the input and the output. Right together? So any function is just that mathematical relationship. So production function, say it is the mathematical relationship between the output and between the input, start with the input, between the input and output. Right together. Yes. Right together. And those are the key definition into this subtopic in this the theory of the firm. Then the next thing that we shall be talking about is about the marginal utility of production. Marginal utility of production. Its formula is marginal utility is equals to the change in the total quantity, or change in the total utility divided by the change in the quantity. Marginal utility will be equals to the change into the total utility divided by the change in the quantity. I see that we shall be having a good lessons of all of the mathematical approaches, is it? And catering, don't miss, regardless of what, catering, on those two classes that we shall be having, catering be here, right together. Yes. So the next thing that we shall be talking about is about the production periods. Production periods. Production period. And when you're talking about the issue to do with the production period, all what you are talking about is the extent at which the farm or the extent of time that the farm is using to give a given output. Are you together? And the production period are classified into two. That is, number one, we have the short run period, and number two, we have the long run period. Before I write something here, let me tell you about the issues to do with the production or the short run period and the long run period. When you're talking about the issues to do with the short run period, this is a period of less than 1 year. So, this is a period of less than 1 year. Meaning what? Meaning that at least one factor of production is static or it's fixed or it can't change. Are you together? At least one factor of production, it can't change. Are you together? Meaning what? Meaning this. Meaning like for instance, when you're talking about the issue to do with a farm or probably a manufacturing farm, you can alter, in the short run, you can alter the issue to do with labor, is it? The human effort, is it? You can alter the issue to do with capital, is it? But there's some of the things that you can't alter within a short time period of time, such as RAD, or some of the fixed things, such as the building, the factory building. You see? The factory building. You cannot really extend it overnight, is it? You need a plan, you need approval, you need to find the best contractor, you need labor, you see? So in the short run, at least one factor of production is fixed or it can't change. Are together? And it is a period whereby we are saying it's less than 1 year. Is it? Yes, less than 1 year. The other type of the production period is known as the long run production period. And in the long run, it is a period whereby it's more than 3 years. Are together? More than 3 years. And whereby all the factors of production can be varied. Are together? All factors of production can be varied. And those are the differences between the short run and the long run. Are you together? Yes. Are we together? Yes. Those are the production period we have for a farm. Let's say about the short run period. Say it's a period of less than 1 year. It's a period of less than 1 year. And you say also, it's a period whereby at least one factor of production cannot be varied. At least one factor of production cannot be varied, is it? Yes. We can say, for example, a factory building cannot be built overnight, is it? E.g., a factory building cannot be constructed or built overnight. So some of the characteristics include the following characteristics of the short-run period. Number one, some inputs must remain constant. Some inputs must remain fixed or constant. Number two is a firm cannot change its scale of plant as determined by the variable input. Can't be able to, or can't change. A firm can't change its scale of plant. Scale of plant. Scale of plant. Number three is a firm cannot quit the industry. And lastly, number four is that a firm cannot join the industry. These are the characteristics in the short run period, such that we are saying that some of the input must remain constant, or at least one, more or equal to one. At least one factor of production, or some of the inputs are the factors of production. At least one factor of production have to be static. Right, together. Two, a firm cannot change its scale of plant, is it? Its scale, or probably it cannot really expand its scale of plant. Number three, a firm cannot exit from the industry. You see? Yeah. Such that it can't just say that from tomorrow we shall shut down. It's like saying, like for instance, you hear now Safaricom say, from now we shall shut down. Huh? What are you telling us that you have our money? You see? You have our money. It is a process. You see, they shall be taken to court. You see, there are some of the business. Actually, all the businesses relies almost 100% from those communications. You see? Yes. Then lastly, a firm cannot enter into the industry at this short run period. Number two is about the long run period. The long run period. Look, we say that period of less than 1 year. So meaning this is periods of more than 1 year. Most preferably more than 3 years. Right together? Yes. Number two, periods whereby at least one factor of production cannot be varied. That's what we said about the short run. Meaning that this is period whereby all the factors of production can be varied. Period whereby all so we are saying that these are the periods whereby all factors of production can be varied. Which are the characteristics? Said here for the short run, some inputs must remain fixed or constant. So inputs can be varied, is it? Actually, or input can be varied. Firm cannot change its scale. A firm can change scale of you said in the short run, a firm cannot exit from the industry, so a firm can exit. We talked about an issue of a firm cannot enter. Firm can enter. So the next thing that I need us we check, or we can have a diagrammat or some mathematical issue before we draw something concerning this. We can have the short run changes in production. Short run changes in production, changes in production. Where we have the labor, the issue to do with labor. After the total product, average product, there's marginal product, marginal product. So you have 0, 0, 0. We have 1, 4, 4, 4, 1, 4, 4. Then 2, 14, 7, 2, 14, 7, 10, 3, 25.5, 8.5, 11.5, 4, 40, 10, 3.5, 5, 16, 5, 60, 12, 20, 12, 20, 5, 6, no, 6, 72, 6, 72, 12, 12, 12, 8, 80, 8, 80, and 3, 981, 981, 1, then Hmm? Number 7. Yes. Number 7. Oh my God. You can add it there. 7. I'm going to put it easy, is it? Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. You may add a column of 7 here instead of rubbing, is it? Say 7. Actually, we shall add it. 7, we say a number which is there, 11, 5. You see? Yes. Thank you for that, Manuel. God with us. Manuel, God with us. The two kind of students, they are the ones, kuna wenye wame cancel na kuna wenye wame add hapo. Is it? Yes. Okay. Look, here, into these numbers or onto this relationship that we are saying here, or the mathematical relationship that we are creating here. This is the aspect of the total production in respect to the number of the laborers that we have in a given farm. And we are seeing that when there is 0 labor, then the total product or the output shall be 0. Right together. 2, when we have 1, the product is 4. When we have 2, 14. This is the rule of synergy, is it? 1 plus 1 is equals to 3. Is it? The rule of synergy. Whereby if you work separately and I work separately, our total shall be different when we work together. When we work together, we shall produce more. That's the rule of synergy, is it? Synergy. Then when you have 3 levels of the laborers, it's at 25.5. It reaches a point whereby at 10, the rad have been utilized maximum rate, or the rad have been utilized maximum rate, such that any addition of some workers here, then it will result to a situation whereby now to arose. And this usually determines our stages of production. Our stages of production. As you can see, your average product, as well as your marginal product, they are increasing, is it? But it reaches a point whereby this is at top, is it? Then your marginal product is at top, whereby your average product is down, but the marginal product decreases all the way to 0, whereas the average product, it is still at par. This determines a situation whereby the company is intended to do what? To produce it. Because a company will always produce in a situation whereby now the AP from whereby your average product is equals to the marginal product all the way to whereby MP is equals to marginal product is equals to 0. Or in short, whereby AP is less than, is it less or greater? Oh, yes. Whereby your AP is equals to MP, but whereby your marginal product is equals to 0. Are you together? Yes, that's where all of the production will take place, whereby AP is greater than MP, is greater than MP. This is whereby the farms will always produce. Right together. These are always a place whereby now the farms will produce. So meaning that into our what? Into our aspect here, from this point, see, from this point all the way to this point. So this is the point. This point. This point from 6 to 9. From 6 to 9. That's where production will take place. These are the levels of production. There are these farms whereby they can produce here or here or here. But on this place and this place, there is losses. Right together, there is losses. See, but this is the place whereby now we are saying that all the production takes place, or farms that try to maximize their level of profits will produce that. Are you together? Let's draw it. Let's draw it. Let's draw it. A mathematical representation. And draw it. Let's draw it. Let's draw it. Let's draw it. Relationship between total product, average product, marginal product. Relationship between total product, allow me to confirm something before we write. Yes, sure. We have our value input, variable input, the issue to do with product, the data, product, margin of product, look like that. I'll call this stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Iterate through that. Iterate through that. 0. 1 over 2. I've withdrawn. Can you take a photo there? Because whatever I'm seeing here, eh? Some of us here, huh? Eh? Some of us here, can you take a photo and then you shall write it later, is it? Take a photo, all of us, hydrate. Take a photo and then you shall do it later. No, I will favor. I won't point anyone who have. Yeah. And somebody to send it into the group, is it? Yes, and somebody should send it into the group. Want we combine? Yes. Msipige picha nisijikute kwa Kamau Atoria. On us, we combine the relationship as well as the issues to do with the returns. You say stage 1, there you write stage 1 is equals to the stage of increasing returns, stage of increasing returns. Stage of increasing return, stage of increasing return, stage 2, stage of diminishing return, after stage 3, you say stage of decreasing return. you say that a farm will always produce farm will always produce, that is in the short run, at stage two, since there is efficiency, there is efficiency. Yes. Realization of the input. And why can a farm not produce at stage one? Because there is other utilization of the resources, is it? There is other utilization of the resources. Utilization of resources. As what? As that's a need not produce And why can a farm not produce a stage three? There is over what? Like for instance, this work can be done by 3 people, and then you are employing 5 people. You see, there is more or less the same as the wastage of resources, is it? Yes. Then you write that, is it? Yes. Now the question is, can you be able to add something else other than what you have just said? Can you be able to add something else? You can say that in this stage, whereby we are saying a farm is not producing at stage one, it's the stage of increasing return. Look, if you have this photo, you can have other points. That's why I told you, you snap a photo in one of you or all of you, you send it into the group. Whereby now, a farm cannot produce in a situation whereby the marginal product is greater than the average product. Right together. It can only produce a situation whereby the average product is greater or equal to marginal product, but a situation whereby the marginal product is positive. Right together. Yes, yes. Those are the quotations. And the last part in this, in our today's class is the importance of the rule of diminishing, return. Importance. Rule of return, all rule of variable proportion. Rule of or rule of variable proportion. And I said our today's class about the production function analysis won't be in our CAT, is it? Yes, so when you're preparing for the CAT, prepare from our previous class about that. And one is about the resource decision. One is on the decision making or resource allocation. Decision making, and resource allocation. Here, have the issue to do with the studying short-run curves. Remember, these are in the short run, the study short-run curves. And lastly, you have, the second last is explaining poverty and employment. Explaining poverty, and employment on third world countries. The last three, number 4, is least cost combination. Least cost combination. Least cost combination. Least cost combination. When you're saying about the decision making in the resource allocation, this is a situation whereby you are saying that you'll make a decision whether you ought to produce a stage 1 or stage 2 or stage 3. And when you're talking about the issue to do with the understanding the short-run curve, you will understand why the average product, or why are we talking about a situation whereby we are producing a situation whereby our AP is greater than our MP. Explaining poverty and unemployment on third world countries, we say that this is a situation whereby now you shall be able to explain a situation whereby in the third world countries, there is increment of what? Increment of the population with a fixed labor, with a fixed RAD, thus bringing an employment. As well as risk cost combination, a firm can make the issue to do with the combination so as their output can be maximized. I needed us to write something onto the mathematical approaches. The last thing that we shall write is the formulas to do with the issue to do with the or an NB. Please note this, an NB. An NB, I think it's necessary, even if it's not there in those notes. You need to know this. Let me check it. It's a concept that is so crucial that shall assist here. Although we shall tackle it in our mathematical approaches, but I would love us to write it. Yes. Yes. I do not this. I do not this. But this formulas about the marginal cost. Right there, marginal cost MC is equals to the change in the total cost divided by the change in the quantity, average fixed cost will be equals to total cost divided by output marginal revenue function by total revenue is equals to price times quantity, profit maximization, profit maximization, profit maximizing level of output. So by MR is equals to MC average variable cost is equals to total variable cost divided by the quantity lastly marginal cost of production. 6 marginal cost of production is equals to MC change in the TQ difference to the change of the it won't be in those notes that I shall be setting, so kindly have those have those issues. Have those formulas. They are just direct. When you shall be tackling the mathematical approaches in the regard to this, you shall see that they are so direct, is it? Yes, yes. Any questions so far? So in our next class, we shall finalize onto this topic, whereby we shall talk about the issue to do with the long run. Whatever we have talked about it in the short run. So in our next class, we shall start with the long run changes in production. Are you together? Any question? Somebody said that this into the group, is it? Yes, yes. Tutapatana before Valentine ama after Valentine? The class is over.